everybody. Welcome to Juan Mata's book club. Well, just like every day after I come home from training with Manchester United, I light a cigar, sit by the roaring fire, and read a book. This week I have been reading Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. It is a classic of the Russian literature, my friends, a truly wonderful moral tale which is applicable to all times. This book was written in the late 19th century, but as it deals with such important moral themes such as crime, trust, deceit, and punishment, we can see it very much relevant throughout the times. Well, we have the protagonist. His name is Raskolnikov. He is a young, handsome, aspiring writer, and he is struggling for money in the new city, St. Petersburg. It is a bustling hub of activity where he finds the cultural zeitgeist of the time, but he cannot really enjoy this city because he has no money, and he really feels he can only prosper and become a great man, a great writer, if he has the money. So he decides he is going to murder an old woman and steal all of her money. He has contextualized and, I suppose, relativized this act he is going to commit based on a pseudo-intellectual article he has written called On Crime, in which he lays out his belief that some men should be allowed to commit heinous, terrible acts in order to fulfill their greatness. He cites Napoleon, the the late French emperor, as such a Übermensch, to paraphrase from the German philosopher Nietzsche. Well, Raskolnikov believes he forms part of this high elite man, not one of the masses like you or I, my friend, but a great Übermensch. And so he believes he should be allowed to commit a crime. But how wrong was he? Because no sooner than the act has been carried out, then he instantly regrets what he has done. And now this is when the plot thickens, because he must deal with all of the consequences, how to use the money, because suddenly the poor man from the province has a lot of money and he cannot hide from his conscience or his facial expression the guilt and remorse he feels for the act. His sister and other people begin to suspect that Raskolnikov is not the same now. In fact, one detective begins to note a particular change in Raskolnikov's psychological makeup, and he tries to lay a trap for our protagonist. Well, I find it interesting, Dostoevsky's belief that we always will feel emotion through what we do, We have seen this through Oscar Wilde's book The Picture of Dorian Gray, in which, upon committing and also a murder, well, the protagonist cannot escape guilt, and in fact, this guilt is depicted through the painting of the Dorian Gray. Every time he becomes more remorseful, this is etched upon the face of the painting. Well, Raskolnikov suffers a similar fate to this Dorian Gray book. I really enjoy this classic from Dostoevsky because in the title Crime and Punishment, it is more in the symbolic sense of punishment than the literal. I am not going to spoil for you if Raskolnikov suffers a legal punishment, but without doubt he suffers a moral punishment because his life and his conscience is forever more scarred due to this murder he has committed. So there is so much interesting symbolism to deal with in this book. Of course, it is translated from Russian. I enjoy the prose. It is quite formal and poetic at times. I really enjoy the book. I will give Crime and Punishment 2 thumbs up. Okay, thank you my friends. Until next time at the Juan Mata Book Club. Bye bye.